Hello, welcome to the Lone Show. I'm your host, Jamie Lone, and in this episode, I brought on regulars Asperegoose and Eric Taylor. And as for our guest, she's from Fairmont, West Virginia. She is a master financial coach. And apparently, one key word to describe her would be money. That is it, just money. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Karen Ford.
Hello
Welcome.
there.
Hello.
Welcome to this amazing podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank
Full,
you.
full of very intellectual individuals.
Yeah. So should
I'm
we
excited.
should we call you Karen Money Ford?
Sure. You sure can.
Oh man.
Sounds like some sort of rap name.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
Oh
does.
man. So, how's life, Karen?
Life is really wonderful. Yes.
Okay, great. So Karen, what do you do for a living?
I am a master financial coach, and in a nutshell, what that means is I help people get out of debt. I help them build wealth. I help them manage their money in a greater way. And people often ask me, "How did you get into this?" Especially since you're a nurse, which is kind of a odd situation. I'm actually a nurse, but I haven't practiced as a nurse for several years. I had a friend of mine tell me, Karen, you're really good with money and you're really good with numbers. I think you ought to get some more training in that and run with it. And so I did. And so I kind of look at it like this. As a nurse, I helped people get healthy physically, but as a master financial coach, I help people get healthy financially. And all of us know that if you have money related issues, that can cause a lot of health issues, stress, high blood pressure, the whole nine yards. So I feel like I'm still helping people physically when I'm helping them with their finances.
Okay, yeah.
Great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Have you ever had any particular cases in which people experience financial issues? Like someone couldn't pay for their health care because obviously America. Did you have any like all these kinds of issues?
I have not had any issues with people not being able to pay for health care, but I have had a very interesting case where a couple came for some coaching. And during the coaching, I ask a series of questions. And one of the questions I ask is a list of their debts. And then the very last question I ask is there anything else? And she said, well, I have some credit cards he doesn't know about. So we listed those. And then the husband said, well, I have some credit cards she doesn't know about. And when it was all said and done, they had 86 credit cards between the two of them. 86.
Hey,
Jesus.
Why?
What?
Why so many credit
80.
cards?
Because they had issues. They had marriage issues, they had emotional issues, and sometimes people spend money to get a quick fix, right? It's just like a drug addict wanting to get their fix, or an alcoholic needing a drink or something. When people have money-related issues, they will use spending to self-medicate. But what happens is they end up in a worse predicament than if they hadn't. So a lot of times people say, well, how come the credit card companies gave them all those credit cards? Didn't they know that they had that many credit cards? Listen, credit card companies are in the business of making money with interest. So they don't care that you already have 20 credit cards or 30 credit cards or 40 credit cards. They're going to get their money one way or another. And, if you have a spending issue and you're charging those credit cards, you're not only paying for the items that you charged on that credit card, but you're also paying an exorbitant amount of interest. And that is where credit card companies make their money, especially if you're only making the minimum payment each month.
That's terrible. Like in Russia, where I come from, it's pretty much the same problem. Like recently, they hiked the interest to 20%, so people can't even like afford to pay off the mortgages. It's pretty messed up.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
that's the reason why I'll never get a credit card because I just don't want to get into debt.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Same here, man. It's like I don't know. I really don't want to get a credit card because it's like I don't want to pay back the money. I don't want to pay back any interest. I mean, I could, but it's like I just don't want to pay it back. That's why I don't want to. I never want to get a credit card.
Right. Well, that's wisdom, because 80% of the people that have credit cards don't pay them off every month. So if a person doesn't have self control and, they go into a department store and they take their items up, for the cashier to ring up, a lot of times the cashiers are trained, hey, would you like to save 20% today if you take out a credit card? And some people are very innocent and they will think in the back of their mind, you know what, I'll go ahead and save 20% today by taking out this credit card. And when it comes in the mail, I'm going to cancel it. Well, 90% of the time when that credit card comes in the mail, they don't cancel it. And then they end up using it every single month. And then before you know it, they have a large amount of money on that credit card that is collecting interest and they're only making the minimum monthly payment. So it's just
Yeah.
really not worth it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 So how long have you been a nurse and a financial coach for?
Well, I've been a nurse for over 20 years, but then again, I haven't practiced for the last few years since I've gone into the money related arena. And I've been a master financial coach for about 6 or 7 years. And I
Oh,
really enjoy it. Really enjoy
oh, okay.
it.
Okay. Has there like as a nurse, has there been any weird things that happened?
You mean with
Like
money?
no, oh no, like as a nurse, like have you seen any weird things that's happened while you were nursing for
Oh,
like
yeah,
to
lots. I saw a lot of weird things. Yes. A lot of weird things. Yes.
I mean, did like any of your clients have any weird requests?
Well, I wouldn't say that they're weird. I'd say that they had a problem. I worked in a bone marrow transplant unit, and a patient was having some pain, and they said, I don't want you to dilute the medication. And when you inject it, I want you to inject it really fast. And I said, first of all, I'm not going to do either one of those things because you seriously have a problem here. I am going to dilute the medication and I am going to inject it slowly because the reason you want it injected fast is because you want to get high. And I'm not doing that. So, yes, I have had some things like that happen before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
So, what inspired you to become a master financial coach?
I think that the friend of mine who encouraged me saw something within myself that I didn't really know. I think sometimes when people have, and I say this very gently, humbly actually, sometimes when people have a natural bend, they don't always see it as a big deal, if that makes sense. And so this person said, I see that you're really good with money. I think you ought to go for it and get some further education in that. And when I did get that training, I kind of fell in love with it because I thought, man, if I can help people with their money, I can there's a lot of problems that are going to disappear from their life. There's a lot of things that are going to get better in their life. 90% of marriages divorce because of money related issues. So if I can help people get over their money related issues, then a lot of marriages can be salvaged. Stress, lots of things can go away when people have their finances in order.
Great. Fabulous.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Great.
So, what else do you enjoy about being a financial coach?
I enjoy being a financial coach because I can also help people gain wealth. You know, sometimes people get stuck in a job and it's the mundane life. You get up in the morning, you go to your job, you work your 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 hours, you go home, and you start all over again the next day. And I think sometimes people don't realize that they can put their money to work for them, whether it's investing. In some type of retirement plan or stock market, or putting it in gold or silver or real estate. I think sometimes people don't realize that, yes, you can work for money, but it is far better that money work for you, so that while you're sleeping, your money is gaining interest.
Hmm, interesting. I kind of like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, me
hmm
too.
So, what was life for you growing up?
Well, we were not poor, but we just didn't have a lot. I'm one of 7 children, and you usually don't see large families like that today because it's so expensive. But I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters. Both of my parents worked very hard. My father worked in a glass plant, and my mother was a school teacher for many years. Um, but, we wanted things just like all kids do, but we couldn't always have the things that we wanted because we didn't have the extra money. You try feeding 7 kids, right? Raising 7 children today, my goodness, I can't imagine the expense of that. But, I had a good childhood. I wouldn't have changed anything about it. Uh, but I think one of the things that my parents really imparted to us is to have a good work ethic. They taught us from a young age, listen, if you want things in your life, you're going to work. You're not going to take handouts. You're not going to have the government take care of you or anything. You're going to work hard for the things that you want. And so, even from a young age, uh, my brothers, I don't even know that they do this, have this today, but there was a daily newspaper, and they would have a newspaper route where they would deliver newspapers, every single day and every Sunday, and they would get paid to do that. Um, at that time, I don't think they do it. I don't think they have it today because you can see things online, but there was such a thing as a TV guide, where it showed you what channels, what shows were going to be playing on what channels, what stations. And so my sisters and I, had a TV guide route where we got paid for delivering TV guides. So that's what my childhood was like growing up. My parents, I'm really grateful that they taught us about having a good work ethic, and to work for what we're wanting.
Great.
Yeah, yeah, your parents sound really they sound really great. They do.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Like, and
very
smart.
determined.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. If your life was a meal, what kind of meal would it be?
It would be a steak dinner with all the trimmings.
Okay.
I just my life if my life would be a meal, it would just be a Tesco meal deal for like £3.
You know, if my life was a meal, it would be a tray of shrimp fried rice with chicken wings.
There you
Hmm.
go.
Yeah.
Shrimp fried rice. I never heard of that, but I do love chicken wings, especially deep fried chicken wings.
Oh yeah, like no, shrimp fried rice is really good, You should definitely try it.
Okay.
Yeah. If my life was a meal, it'd be like a huge variety of vegetables and fruit, and maybe a bowl of berries and cream, because I'm trying to start eating healthy now. So, yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
should
cool.
try
Awesome.
and start. I
Yeah.
should try and start eating healthy too. Like I should.
Yeah. Doesn't
Yeah.
like issues cause people to also eat less healthy?
That is a very good question. But studies show that, yes, you can spend a lot less money by, getting, less healthier foods. But I have also learned that people that have that poverty mindset, or they think they're saving money, will get microwavable meals or things that are already cooked, and then all they have to do is heat them up. And prepackaged foods, prepared foods that you just have to heat up, are very expensive in the long run. And they're full of preservatives and additives that you really don't want because that will cause health issues. So, in the long run, it's actually, you get more bang for your buck by getting healthier foods, organic foods, um, fruits and vegetables, things that are not pre-packaged or already prepared. It'll save you in the long run, health wise as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, so I should probably stop getting uh noodles in a cup then, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like each one of them, like they're so small and they cost like €1, like $1 in your currency. That's why like I try to buy more healthy food. Like I buy a packet of meat for like €5, which I don't know what is it in dollars, but it's very good. It's pretty easy to cook also.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I also buy
Cool.
vegetables for like 67 cents. Those are very cheap
Right.
here.
Right.
Those are like frozen
Mm,
ones, so you could just fry on the pan.
Right.
I generally feel
mm.
like food needs to be more accessible, especially to people who don't have that much of an income, and especially to people who have debt. Because I mean, just because they're in debt doesn't mean they don't deserve basic human rights. So
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly.
yeah,
Especially the people in debt who actually try to pay it back.
yeah.
Absolutely. Have you ever gotten into trouble or got told off for something you didn't do?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Have you ever got yourself into trouble or got told off for something you didn't do?
Oh, oh yeah. Yeah, and you know what? It's just easier just to take the low road instead of just trying to defend myself and say, well, I didn't do that, or just say, yep, okay, we'll fix that, because otherwise you're just going to get into an argument or strife, and it's just not worth it. So if I get accused of something that I didn't do, I say, okay, I'll fix that, you know. Yeah, because otherwise you just end up with more problem.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
you're probably a way bigger person than me. I probably would have defended myself.
Well, the thing of it is, I've been there, done that. I have defended myself, but then it just seems like you're on a merry-go-round. You just keep going around and around with that person, and it's just not worth it. To me, it's just okay. I'll fix that. Even though I didn't do it, it's just not worth getting into an argument about.
Yep, absolutely. I've learned
Yeah,
my
I can see
lesson
what
on
you.
that. So, if you were chosen to be a colonist for a new habitable planet, will you take it knowing it's only a one-way trip?
Say that one more time. I had a hard time hearing you.
It's fine. If you were chosen to be a colonist for a new habitable planet where you can easily live like it would on Earth, would you take it even though it's only a one-way trip?
Probably not. Probably not, because even though it sounds like it's a good thing, I wouldn't do it because there's an unknown aspect there. What's it going to look like? What's it going to be like? So I would probably decline and say no. I'll
Okay.
just be right here.
Yeah. So, what were the high and low points as being a financial advisor?
I would say the high points are helping people, and that aha moment when you're coaching someone and all of a sudden they get it and you see it on their face. Oh, this is what I've been doing, and now this is what I need to do. It's that moment where the people that you're coaching, they get it. And if they get it, that means they're going to do it, which is great. That's what every coach wants. We don't want to just tell you what to do or suggest what to do. We want you to run with it so that you're a winner. And I would say the low point would be that you're coaching someone and they're not going to do what you're suggesting. And at that moment, that can be a real downer, to which I just say, everything that I've just said, are my recommendations so that you win with money. But is this something you want to do? And sometimes I've heard, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to change what I've been doing. To which I say, okay, then I can't help you. Because if you're not going to be willing to do what you're paying me to coach you to do, then I can't help you if you're not going to do it. Right? And you can't make somebody do what you're recommending. So I would have to say that that would be the downer, is when you're coaching someone and they're spending money for you to coach them, but yet you know they're not going to do it. That's the downer.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I could see
Is it
that. Yeah.
is
It's
it
kind of
mostly
like
old?
if you go to someone and they want to lose weight, let's say they're 100 pounds overweight, and you tell them this is what you need to do and this is what you need to avoid. And they say, okay, I want to lose weight, but I'm not willing to do what you just said. Then the answer will be, well, then you're just going to stay overweight, right? So it's the
Yeah.
same way in money. If you want to win with money and I'm telling you what to do to get out of debt, but you say you're not willing to do it, then your finances are not going to change. You're going to remain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Where do you see yourself 20 years from now?
20 years from now, I'm going to continue to be living a vibrant life. I am still going to be coaching people financially. I'm going to be giving more financial seminars and webinars on how to build wealth, how to get out of debt, um, and just be bigger, better, and brighter than I am now.
Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
I agree.
Thank you.
Did you have any role models when you were growing up?
I would have to say I had some school teachers that were good role models. My parents. Um, yeah, I would have to say I had some really good role models.
Okay, great. Would you consider yourself to be an extrovert or an introvert?
Oh, I'm an extrovert. Oh, yeah, I'm a people person. Love to be around people.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, wow. I'm the opposite. I don't hate to be around I don't hate to be around people, but I like to stay in the house most of the time.
I got you.
I'm
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
I like to be with people. Like I like to go to lectures physically. I don't like to stay with like doing these like live feeds, like watching elections from my computer, like not elections, lectures. I can't speak anymore. It's a problem that I have for some reason, but I like interacting with people. Sometimes though, it's good to stay at home, just relax, watch a bit of YouTube, eat some Ben and Jerry's. It's nice.
There you go.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, for me, my form of entertainment is food and YouTube videos, pretty much. Like that's all I need. That's really all I need to be entertained for the day.
yeah, that is so me. So, if you started your own business, what kind of business would it be?
Well, I have three businesses actually. So I don't know that I want to start another business, but the three businesses I have presently, which I would do all over again for sure, would be my financial coaching business. And then I have two real estate businesses where I buy and sell properties. I'm a house flipper. I am an avid real estate investor. So to ask me what business would I start up, I would definitely do real estate over and over again.
Great,
There is money in
Hmm.
real estate.
I
absolutely.
think we have a I think we have a friend who would be interested in that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay.
So, what was the strangest dream that you've had?
The strangest dream. Wow, you caught me off guard on that one. I'm not sure that I've really had a strange dream. How about you all?
Oh, man.
Um, I've had a lot of strange dreams. I had so many that I can't even remember. But one one dream recently I've had was the day of Valentine's Day. For some reason, I don't know. I was literally just dreaming of it. No, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of woke up laughing because when I woke up from the dream, but like on Valentine's Day, I had a dream of me with the girlfriend I don't even have. Like, brother, it was kind of funny. It was strange because like why was I having this dream on this day? I
Right.
guess yeah, I guess my thoughts was trying to get me upset. I wasn't upset though. It was just kind of funny.
Yeah. I mean, I have so many strange dreams. If I were to direct multiple movies in my entire lifetime, I actually can, and they might actually be blockbuster hits. And oh man, but I think I told most of the regulars about this dream, about this one girl I went to college with. Uh, Things were shaky at the time. She came up to me. She took my hands and put my hands on a
Um,
lady area. So yeah, yeah,
cleavage.
it was yes. It's so awkward. I had to wake up and like, oh, good, it was just a dream. But yeah, I had
Yeah.
other strange dreams like
Virginity preserved.
yes. Oh man, another strange dream I had is driving a car off a cliff and entering a whole new plane of dimensions. And then there was this one dream. I was in my bedroom in the back garden, and then somehow tons of archer arrows just came flying down from the sky. And yeah, there's so much more, but they're just yeah,
Are
it
you
would take
sure?
up the entire.
Are you sure you weren't in Amsterdam at the time this was happening? Are you sure you just didn't go out on the streets of Amsterdam? Just go to like one of those places where they sell drugs and just have a puff and then go back home and fall asleep. Are you sure you didn't have a drug influenced dream, mate?
Nah, if it was in Amsterdam, the arrows would be coming out from the canals instead of from the sky. So yeah,
And also the bikes will be firing arrows.
yeah. It would be the cyclists who would be throwing the arrows from all sides.
What is this conversation degenerated into? We're now discussing weird dreams influenced by all kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy.
It's not even a podcast anymore. It's a therapy session.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, but I've had a ton of other weird dreams. I just can't remember them because it's like they're just like so
Only
weird. I mean,
yeah,
there was this there was this one dream I had. It was a two-part dream, but I don't think I dreamt the second part because it's like I woke up when it was still doing the first part. I was like, yo, wait, let me go back to sleep. But then I couldn't dream of the second part. I was upset.
oh, it's like a cliffhanger.
The sequel.
Yeah, it was a cliffhanger. It was The dream was interesting too.
Did you know that people only forget about 90% of their dreams in their lifetime, and they can only remember like 10% of it fully or
Oh my
partially?
goodness.
But yeah,
Oh wow. I
yeah,
did not know that.
yeah. That's like a fact. That's like one of the most ridiculous facts I know. In fact, what is the most ridiculous fact that you know?
Oh my goodness. You caught me off guard again. Another ridiculous fact.
I don't know. I don't know any ridiculous facts, mate.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I think the most ridiculous fact is that apparently 76% of Russian votes were 76% of people voted for Putin in 2018, and I'm pretty sure those people were just bots. That's a fact that I know.
Oh
Ew.
yes, corruption at its finest.
Yes,
Yeah.
bringing politics into a non-political podcast, boys. Let's go. Yes, this is.
Yay, let's go.
Except this is Russian politics, so it's cool.
Yeah, anything can happen. Even living with a grizzly bear, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah, me neither. So
Same.
if your mind was an island, what would it look like?
Oh wow, it'd have beach all the way around it. It would be large, and it would have perfect weather year round.
Ah, yes. Now that's my kind of paradise.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
would love to go. I would love to go to live somewhere sunny. I don't mind the cold, but I don't want to live somewhere that's like 50-50 and is like the weather is bipolar, whatever. I don't want it one half of the year extremely cold and the other half of the year being really hot. I want one or the other, no in between. And that's
Right.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Someday.
Someday they would come to reality.
Yes.
Yeah, boy. And that is all we have for this episode. It was great having you here, Karen, talking about your career as a financial advisor, your life, and pretty much everything else. It was quite good.
Well, thank you so much. It was my pleasure. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me on.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Anytime.
Yeah,
And
it's
until
amazing.
yeah, and until next time, stay tuned for more.